Hey guys, and welcome to another Polymer clay tutorial. Today we are going to create Genji from Overwatch. ClayClaim. Let's get started with aluminum wire for our Spider-Man tutorial. Wait, no, that's wrong. I'm just using this Spider-Man action figure to see the proportions of the character, as it is nearly the same. Well, and this Spider-Man action figure served me pretty well for many creations, not only for the Spider-Man tutorial I made, as it is just a human proportion thing. Well, it's always the same, I think. Okay, but now as the skeleton is finished, we will mix the muscle color of our Genji. At least I think these are the muscles and not some kind of armor. I think armor part is everything which we will create with gray. But as you know, I'm not familiar with Overwatch, so who knows, maybe this is even some kind of an armor. But, well, we will assume this is muscle parts, and so we will work on all the details on the leg, for example. You won't see them a lot, as we will cover these muscles with gray layers of armor. But we will do that in a minute. First, let's focus on the base layer. Well, this is a bit weird, and this is why I was confused if this is either muscles or if it is already armor, as these side body parts don't really look like muscles. It looks more like gill from fish, but maybe this is even some kind of armor. I don't really know. I think there are two ways to find out. The first one would be to just Google it and look it up. And the other way, I think this is the funny one. I just come up with my own version of Genji. I did that before within the Reaper tutorial. So here we go, Genji. Where do you come from? After the Omnic Crisis, the Earth was destroyed, heavily destroyed. A young boy from Japan named Genji survived the war hidden in a hole in the ground. He was always so smart. He digged it by himself with his sword. His ancestors were real samurai, and all he had left from his family was this sword, a katana. So you have to understand that this sword we will also create is very important for Genji. It has been days and the bombardment had stopped. Slowly, Genji climbed out of his hole and looked around. He was hungry, but all he could see were the ruins of his hometown. All buildings destroyed. The playground destroyed. His school destroyed. The only thing he recognized, and this hadn't changed, was the lake where he used to go fishing with his father. His name was also Genji, by the way. He remembered the technique his father used to get the fish out of the water, just by using his katana. What Genji did not know was that there was an atomic contamination from bombs. The water from the lake was shimmering in green. Yes, the same green I am currently using for this button, for this detail on the chest of our Genji. But now we are ready to go into the oven. Freshly baked. base layer of Genji. Back to the story. Sanji put his right foot into the water, the katana in his hand, willing to hunt the last fish who survived as well. Suddenly, a tiny fish, and he was too focused to hunt his prey. He did not notice the tickle in his right foot standing in the water. The contamination was too strong. The molecules in his body started to change. The DNA started to change. It blended with the DNA of the fish. Too quick. With pain, he realized he just got gill on the side of his torso. He screamed in pain and hit the katana into the green glowing water. His mother used to call him my little genius, as he was always so smart. Now he survived the war alone. All his family dead. To always remember his dead family, he changed his name. Not Genius, not Sanji, but now Genji. Okay, this is my story. It's so crazy. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I had a lot of fun while writing this short story. I write it really down. Yeah, let's go back to our creation of our little genius, Genji. We will now work on his arms. And this is a very important step for our creation, as well you have seen my final creation. He is holding the katana in his hands, so I really tried to focus on the right arm position, that the two hands would meet and could easily grab the sword. Yeah, this is just some more detail work for the chest, and this is the main characteristic part of the armor. It took some time for me to realize where to cut, but after some while it was pretty easy. When you look on the creation and also on the back side, you realize that all the patterns and the forms of the armor repeat. So it's not that difficult at all if you have figured out how to cut the clay. In our last tutorial we made this poll and you decided that I should create a character from Overwatch, and well, this is just some details, Chinese signs. Or is it Japanese? I'm really sorry, I'm not familiar with these signs. Maybe this is even something different, I don't know. Yeah, and in this poll, well, Overwatch won. It was pretty close with Undertale, I think. And I have read all the comments you wrote that you want me to create Genji, and well, I really read all your comments, and I hope that you're happy with this creation. But I have another surprise for you. There will be a second tutorial on this weekend. There will be another tutorial tomorrow. I won't tell you what it is about. It is about a series I have created before, yes. But, well, who knows? You will see tomorrow. Back to our creation. Now we will add the armor parts also on his shoes. And there's even some more glowing green. And now we can turn around the creation and work on the tiny details on the back side of his legs. I think these are some screws. Yeah, he has to open the armor, in any way, so there have to be screws. Yeah, what is left? We will now work on the hands. And I decided to create pretty easy hands, so just cut the parts where the fingers will be, and there's some more armor part on the, I think these are gloves, on the gloves. And when you use a knife, this is pretty simple. Yeah, this is the right position for the hands to hold the sword. And Genji will be ready to go into the oven, but let's create the weapon first, the katana. I hope this is a katana and not any different kind of sword. It took me some while to figure out how to create these tiny dents and also how to put in the glowing yellow-green clay. Yeah, these are all the details. Freshly baked details. Weapons. We will glue onto our creation after oven hardening. This is the technique I figured out which would work the best for our katana, and I think it turned out pretty great. This is freshly baked Genji. And now we will start gluing all the parts we also created on the backside of our creation. So we have his scarf and also 2 sword sheaths and also these tiny red dots, and maybe it's even an arrow. I found contradicting images. And now we will assemble the handle of the sword of his katana. This is pretty simple. After oven hardening, here we go for the blade, and we will also glue it onto the handle as well. And all is left is to glue this sword into the hands of Genji and adding the thumbs. I prepared a tiny piece for that as well, because we left them out. And I guess, finally, that's it! Genji! This was one of my most complex creations. I enjoyed the process a lot, although I am not playing Overwatch, but I really loved creating all the details. As you know, this is my second Overwatch tutorial. Check out Reaper if you haven't. There will be a tutorial tomorrow, so I guess see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Oh, this is really sharp.